Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about one trap you must avoid going into 2021 selling on Amazon as a private label seller. It's just little, but sellers have been making this mistake for years. I've made this mistake. We're going to be talking about that today. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in watching, be sure to stick around to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, we have landed in my computer. I've pulled up an example market. All I did to find this was search the word rustic, and then I just went through the alphabet. It's kind of like an old technique I used to use. You can just search a word, general like word, and then just start typing letters and see what happens. So like rustic table runner, rustic tree skirt, that's seasonal. So you would go through here and you would just put different letters in. I think I landed on F, right? Frames. I thought it was rustic frames 8x10. Something like that, rustic frames 11x14, whatever. Any one of those will work because the principle is going to remain the same. Any market you're on, today's advice will apply to. It's actually going to be a pretty straightforward video. There's not going to be much fluff at all in this video. I hope there's not much in any of my videos. I generally get right to the point. But what we're talking about is the need for you to change your product from what's there, but use what's there as leverage. What I mean by that, this is going to be a concept that for some of you will be really easy to understand, some of you might not understand this concept. If you see, for instance, that this product right here has been selling incredibly well, this first one to do this wide set frame, picture in the middle, this size, and it's barnwood. At least that's the look of it, right? You see that that's doing incredibly well. Well, if you go on Alibaba and you find this exact frame, please do not list the exact frame and make it 47.45. Okay? It's just that needs to just be abolished, that method. Okay, I almost don't like calling that private label. It's almost like arbitraging listings from Alibaba. Now, technically the process you're going through if you're designing your packaging and all that, it's just like, but like what's the point, right? Like this is already established. They're going to be over 100 reviews by the time yours comes in. They already have rank on several hundred keywords. It's like you need to have something that's inspired by this, but is not this. So one of the biggest issues that I see, and even like I said, I've done this in the past, and that's the whole point of this channel is like me experimenting with things live, showing what I'm doing. You can see it. I can make videos about examples of things that have gone very well and things that have gone very bad. And this is something that needs to stop in 2021. Just please don't do this strategy. If you're going to sell a rustic frame in 11x14, well, then maybe what you need to do is model after them. So go to a supplier that sells rustic picture frames and send them a picture of this. One thing that I'll often do, sorry for clicking your sponsor, Dad, is this is a pretty poor listing actually from like a picture standpoint. So we can take this image, save image as, right? Save that to your downloads, wherever you save that image, and then attach that as an attachment to your Alibaba quote, or wherever you're reaching out to find a supplier. Say, hey, here's the inspiration for this product. Can you make something like this? But I want to combine this design with, let's say, this style of wood. So I want to have that lifted edge going around in the same wood, but I want to do it in a wood like this because this has so much more social proof and far more people like this style. Now you actually have a unique product, and see how it's not even that much different? Maybe you could come in with a wood similar to this that still has maybe bark on it and then lift the edge to make that kind of impression like that, like there's some depth. And then you take the best of both worlds. Now that's private label, that you're actually building a product there. And it's not much harder than just ordering this one. It's actually just slowing yourself down a little bit and going, okay, this market makes sense. The products here sell, the competition is low. There's not a whole lot of high quality sellers. I think I can sell 5-6 units of this a day. Now all I have to do is think of one way to make my listing far better than what anyone else has done. That means that you have to almost treat this like it's your job. Ironically, I say that because this should be treated like it's your job if you're doing this as a business model. A lot of people don't do that. It's kind of like a side thing. What I want you to do is really, really become an expert in the product you're going to sell before you sell it. What would sell best? What wood stains are most popular? What sizes should I have as variations on my listing if I could only pick 3 or 2? Is a 2-pack something that should be done? If so, how are all of the 2-packs on page 1 through 3 doing? See what I'm saying? So, and then at the end of all of that, you'll be left with the purest data you can find, and that is the triangulated data. It's not data that you just grabbed from 1 or 2 listings. This is, well, by nature of triangulation, 3 or more, right? You've used many data points to come to a conclusion about what your product should be. Let me give you one more example before we leave of something. So take this knowledge and go to your market. I'm just using this as an example. Don't take this too literally about it's just about this product. It's just an example. I want you to go to Etsy right after you watch this video with your product idea. And I want you to look at the top selling designs for any product on Etsy and cross-reference those to Amazon. This is by no means nothing new. I didn't come up with this. I've been using Pinterest or Etsy as kind of third-party references for years. Many others have. But maybe this is new to you. And look at this. What's so funny about this is one of the best-selling designs on Etsy is very similar to one of the best-selling designs on Amazon. Barnwood USA Home Decor. Is that actually the same company? My Barnwood Frames. Let's see. My Barnwood Frames. And this is, what was it? Barnwood USA Home Decor. I don't think so. Just Barnwood Decor Companies. They've done something very, very similar. They actually have a better listing than the person on Amazon has. And this is, what is this? This is further confirmation of a design that works. So now what would be one of the only things that would be left to do? Well, maybe we do this shape and we reference off this. Like we said, that raised edge and that depth and that thicker wood makes sense. But then what if we did a whitewashed barnwood? It hasn't been done yet. Well, I can't say that. I haven't looked through all the results, but if it hasn't been done yet, and we see that that whitewashed wood works on many other things, this is kind of the wood I'm referencing here, or this birch here, and that's not being done, that's almost surely going to be a knockout, right? We can assume that that's going to work. Again, here, we have one of these top selling listings. How do I know they're top selling? Well, for one thing, you could see the storefront sales right there, very impressive sales. But when we go back in just this page, this is SEO at its finest, right? These are being ranked based on the quality of their listings with their keywords and how many sales they're making, how popular they are. So you know the listings towards the top of Etsy or Pinterest are the ones people are looking at or buying the most. That's gonna do it for today's video. If you could take one thing away from this video, let it be this. I always like to summarize. Don't just buy the Alibaba product, always edit, always refine. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to like down below if you did and dislike if you didn't. Be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss videos that come out in the future on topics like this. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Later.